in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand.
What is going on, guys? Fatal Prodigy here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you all three of my level 34 Guardians. Starting off with my Hunter, which I consider to be my main class and my favorite class to play as. I have every exotic for the Hunter, minus the Bones of EAO, which are boots that allow one extra jump, and a helmet called the Celestial Nighthawk. I have both subclasses maxed out. Now moving on to the armor, I have the Mask of the Third Man, Acrophage Symbiote, which both of those are must-haves for hunters. And then the Knucklehead Radar and the ATS/8 Arachnid, those two are mediocre exotics. Don't really do much all around. Might look cool, but now moving on to the arms. The Young Amakara Spine, Don't Touch Me's, and Khepri Sting. Don't Touch Me's are pretty good to have, especially if you're doing Crota. So those are all, or Don't Touch Me's pretty good. And for the chest plate, the Lucky Raspberry is not very good, but the Crest of Alpha Lupi is very good because extra, or you can revive teammates faster. That's pretty good for PvP. And then the Radiant Dance Machines are also mediocre, don't really do much, and not very worth the exotic shard, if you ask me. Now, moving on to the second section. I collect, or all my favorite ships that I have, I put on this character, same with shaders and emblems. Sparrows don't really matter. But now, moving on to my Warlock. Alright, now back with my Warlock. As you can see, I've been using him for PvP recently, trying to max out these Purifier robes, almost maxed out. I have both subclasses maxed out for it, and moving over to the armor, I do believe that I have every exotic for the Warlock. Correct me if I'm wrong. But moving on to the helmets, the Apotheosis Veil is very good for doing Crota. Now, the Light Beyond Nemesis is very good for PvP. The Skull of Dire Amakara is not very good. Obsidian Mind is very good, so the Obsidian Mind, Apotheosis Veil, and Light Beyond Nemesis, those are three must-have helmets for the Hunter. Or, not Hunter, Warlock, excuse me. Now moving on to the Gauntlets. All of these gauntlets are kind of mediocre, except for the Nothing Manacles. Those can be useful, just they're very situational. So, now moving on to chest piece. All of these are not very good. Maybe even Starfire Protocol, because you get that additional fire or fusion grenade. Excuse me. You can put on burn. So that would help out, but the Purifier robes, in my opinion, are pretty good because if you self-res, they get blind, and there's 0 exotic boots for him, or for the Warlock currently. And this is just my PvP setup. I have an extra Fate Bringer on here that I still have to ascend. Got all my different stuff on this character. Moving down below, I have the Flawless Trials of Osiris emblem, a couple shaders, and a couple ships. Like I said, sparrows don't matter. So now moving on to my Titan. And now back with my Titan. As loading him up, I have one of my 5 Gjallarhorns on him. An Ascended Black Hammer, but we're not worried about the weapons right now. So let's move on to the armor. Well, I do have both subclasses maxed out as well. Moving on to the armor, I have all of the helmets except for one, which is the Glass House. Still need that. I do believe I have every gauntlet, every chest, and then every boot. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but the must-have exotics for the Titan is the Helm of Saint, the Ruin Wings, the Armamentarium, both of those boots are very mediocre. Those are not worth second call. I have 2 extra time breakers, but it's my turn. I have 2 Eldian Seekers, or Hildian Seekers, my Queen's Web, my Tailbreaker emblem. So this is just kind of like where I put all the emblems and shades and stuff on putting all the time. And this has been my free 34 Guardians. Please like, comment, and subscribe.